大家好. Welcome back to another episode of Tuesday with Nick. So I want to thank everybody for the overwhelming support for the Akong Land video somewhere here. And that tells me that a lot of you actually are very curious and kaypoh about landed properties and the stuff that revolves around it. So I think that someone asked me about what are the pitfalls and what are the costly mistakes that we want to kena. So today I'm going to highlight to you very big mistakes, 8 of them that you want to avoid and definitely don't want to fall into this pitfall. Let's go. Okay guys, whether you are a landed property owner or you just kaypoh because you want to know stuff about landed, right? Then this video is going to be quite interesting for you. The number one first mistake that people usually make is that they never plan or measure properly. Then turns out that they buy the sofa, they buy the table, they buy the furnishing, never fixed in properly or is not functional or ergonomic. The very first thing that you need to do is get a detailed to scale plan, something like this, from your developers or from the past owners. Can go to BCA site and request for it with the owner's permission. This is quite crucial because next you're going to go on site and you're going to start measuring stuff. Get one of these. These are laser measurement devices and they don't cost for much. They're very, very accurate. I think this is like maybe 20 bucks or 30 bucks. You can buy from Taobao, you can buy from Shopee. Here's a link, check it out. Whoa, Shopee! So if you're finding yourself in a spot and you don't already have one of these and you're really there, what you gotta do is take your iPhone and go to the measurement app. You basically already have a measurement device with your phone. You can measure from point to point and it will tell you quite accurately. So I use this all the time. Honestly, it's a lifesaver. Check it out. You can measure your width, your 3 digits. I don't know, go crazy. You can measure your... Dude.
You naughty. You teasing me, you naughty.
Okay, the next mistake that you definitely want to avoid is if you really not ID, please don't like DIY ID because a lot of people do that. So you really got to curate carefully. It doesn't mean that you cannot save money on your ID. Just find the right people. You just got to curate the quality, right? Here, check it out. These are massive ID fails. Epic, walao. Can this toilet It's pure brilliance, pure brilliance. Oh yo, the fans slash the ceiling, not the ceiling, slash the walls. Yeah. This one champion already. How to take the fire hydrant? This is what I'm talking about. The drawer, how to open, yeah? Hey, who can use these stairs? This one is for 0.75 meter high people. Wow, win already, unclosable door. These are all workmanship stuff and can be easily avoidable. Trust me, it looks stupid, sounds funny, this thing really do happen. Anyways, your ID is supposed to help you to foresee all these kind of situations and help you to plan ergonomically. If you think that you are savvy enough and you're very smart, you can find all the things, you can find all the supplies individually, then there is a way for you to cut costs. Check this out. So I think this is an interesting video that 𝗧𝗨𝗞 put out, and she basically hired Fiverr designers to go do her design and then
haven't found the time.
Ask the builder to do, so it's quite cool.
Wow, it's very creative. This she sent over and then she just wanted to make sure we liked the taste and then she revised it a lot. Oh, did she add a bed? There's no
Yeah.
bed. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So she actually sent me this whole PDF with the shopping list on where to get everything. So now this is the fun part, getting all the furniture and everything together. The first thing that got there was the rug, next the bed, and this was tricky because the room could fit a king bed, but there wouldn't be a ton of room for nightstands. So now the real work getting this tile off. Obviously this had to come off to put the new wallpaper on, and I will say, if you can, get someone to do this professionally because it is really tricky. Here's one more before and after for you so you can see kind of how it looked.
It's basically done now. This room is like ready for Airbnb.
So you can pick from the US, you can pick from Singapore, Philippines, China, whoever you can jive well with and understand you, and then bring their ideas to life, because basically they will just be giving you ideas. You still need to pull off the drawing, so on and so forth, and work with them very closely and your builder. So you got to be the project manager if you want to save the money. Otherwise, I have people to recommend. Just check out this group, and they are already very famous in the market. Rest and Relax. You are probably no stranger to them. You can hit them up. They have multiple interior designers that you can select from. Just see who is, your friend can jive the idea, make sense one. Moving on. There is another problem that you definitely want to siam. It's called not future-proofing your home. Recently, there was one that said, they built out their house fully renovated, design suite. So this took them like 2 years. But then after that, they realized, basket, where my mother going to stay?
Press emergency to talk. Conductor, we have a problem.
So, at the end of the day, the problem was 1, no granny's room on the ground floor. 2, no lift, interlevel lift. So that's a problem for old folks, right? They cannot climb up and go down the stairs. Even if you want to just push stuff up to, let's say, the roof attic or let's say the 3rd floor. So you got to think about this stuff. Let me show you an interesting video. There is a rectification which is going home lift floor. This is one of the nicer lifts that I've seen, but it looks like a platform lift from the design. So if your house already don't have a provision for a lift or a lift shaft, right? Then your most common and simplest rectification is a platform lift, which will cost you anything from 60,000 to 80,000 plus PE drawings and approval. So if you're actually planning ahead for a lifetime living in this home, then please consider the lift and a granny's room. So do these 2 things, guys. Okay, next big mistake. A lot of people like to do this, and I'm not saying this is a 100% a mistake, but it's going to be challenging for you down the line. So a lot of people like to collapse bathrooms. So if the bathroom is really not essential for you, you collapse and use the space well, that's great. But if you just want to gain more access to space, right? Then you collapse 1 bathroom, then you're left with only 2 bathrooms, let's say in a huge 3-story, 5-bedroom unit, right? Then you only got 2 bathrooms. Wow, that one very siao, everybody fight. And this is Sunrise Avenue, so check out the floor plans over here. The 2nd floor, initially you see here the 2nd story, right? The walk-in water, so this is a bathroom over here, this is another bathroom over here, but initially this was 1 bathroom for this room over here, and this recreational room over here was another bathroom. So the junior master, it was basically converted, boom, 1 huge bedroom over here. But reinstating this thing obviously costs money because there's going to be issues with waterproofing if you cut off all the supply already, and if you did retiling across or any kind of tile work that already affects the waterproofing. So that leads us to our next problem, which is poor waterproofing. Check this out. This is quite a common issue actually. So the pipes have aged. So you can check out this waterproofing mistakes article over here by SWC Construction, and it clearly illustrates the issues that you may face if you don't take care of waterproofing properly, because waterproofings generally break down within a 10 to 15 year cycle. So you got to check this stuff out and take care of them very well, because the waterproofing membrane may already be compromised. Just because the water leakage is not foul, it's clean water, it's not sewage water, doesn't mean you shouldn't jaga it. Another very common problem is roofing. When you're taking over an older structure, you probably look at it and say, hey, nice, yeah, still can lah, water never come in, can already. But you really need to look at whether there is minor seepages, whether the material is starting to lose its integrity already. Here is a diagram to show you how roof tiles interlock. And the selection of the tiles usually may cause this interlocking gap that ultimately gives you that vulnerability in terms of rain. The good rule of measure that Medtronic Roofing, which is one of our advocated contractors for roofing, they have a very good rock solid track record. Check out their site. They have a ton of good reviews. They recommend that you use European German tiles, which are very strong in integrity, and the most important thing is the interlocking system is very smooth. Then the next problem that a lot of people face is that they ignore setbacks, or they already buy the house that have in the past regulations, But today, in current day regulations, they do not adhere to the current setback regulations. One of the very common ones is that the house already setback not adhere to in current day. Last time it was okay. Then they have to push it back because it will not be in line with regulations. So if you want to check out VCA guidelines on renovations and some exemptions, then you can check out these links over here that we've put in. Since you already bought the place, then you got to find out whether, hey, must I really tear this thing down or not? Have a look at these sites first and see the exemption, see whether you qualify or not. Then go speak to your experts. So check out this diagram over here. This is the common setback area that you need to adhere to, and this is a terrace house structure. So the rear always need main building 2 meters, roof, eaves 1 meter, then the corner terrace side needs to be 2 meters setback, and road buffer is always measured from the line of road reserve. So you see this line over here, this is the line of road reserve, and then setback 7.5 meters. Depending on your category, Cat 5 to Cat 1, there are setback regulations that you need to adhere to. A very common problem which people neglect in the past. So a lot of them don't look at the sewage lines and they straight away just go and expand beyond the sewage lines. You cannot expand beyond the sewage drainage line and you cannot cover the sewage drainage hole. Big no. And you just check out this drawing over here from PUB, and these are usually the PUB sewage mains, right, or inspection holes. And you can see clearly this is the back lane of a structure and this is the sewage line on the dotted line that's running across, and the extension wants to go beyond that. Please speak to your PE and make sure that you all don't make this mistake. This one very crazy. This is one thing to note. Just ensure that you don't have any permanent structure or cabinets erected and installed above the RC trench, because it is necessary for PUB to come in and readily maintain the sewage main. So we also left the links below in the PUB PDFs right here. You can check this out. And then of course, go speak to your trusted builders and contractors to help you take care of this stuff. Okay, the final big problem that I usually see people do is they never plan for sunroofing or canopy first. They build nice already, then after that they forgot about the sun. So this can be very costly, although adding a sunroof or a small canopy will cost you something like maybe $3,000 for a 1 meter by 1 meter structure out. But the scaffolding for you to get to, let's say, the second floor and the third floor is going to cost you double, $5,000 to $6,000 just for the scaffolding alone. So a lot of people say, wow, scaffolding more expensive than my canopy. 不要嘞.
Sorry.
So anyways, got to plan for this stuff and make sure that this stuff falls in line with URA regulations. Again, we gave you the link here to check it out. Here are some ideas to cope with this problem. This is for roof terraces. Yeah, this is a little bit of a canopy to make sure that your driveway is rainproof. Okay, that brings us to the end. So I hope you've been enjoying this content. If it's been useful for you, please smash that like button and consider subscribing to our channel, and we will keep bringing you more useful content just like this. But you got to tell us what you want, so leave it in the comment section and I'll see you in the next video.